Well, hey there. You want to hear a story? Good. We're going to talk about the story of Job. Now, spelled like Job. Don't be confused by that. It's pronounced Job. So, Job was a man thousands of years ago who lived, and he was very wealthy. Okay. And he had quite a bit. And then it says that Satan went from roaming to and fro in the earth, and he came to God's throne room. And God said to Satan, "Have you seen my servant Job? He's upright and blameless." And the devil says, "Yeah, well, no wonder. You've got a hedge of protection around him. You bless everything he does. Of course he loves you. Of course he's not going to turn his back on you. But take away what he's got, he'll curse your name." And God's like, you know what? Challenge accepted. Now, let's just pause right here. The devil has to ask permission before he does something bad to somebody. Think about that. And he's not testing them to see how bad they are. He's testing them to see how good they are. Kind of interesting. So, God says, you can take all that he has, but you can't touch the man. And the devil's like, gotcha. And so the devil, in his awful way, goes and just curses everything that Job has. So one of his servants comes running up and says, look, everything you've got over here was destroyed, and I was the only one that lived, and I escaped to tell you. And while that guy is talking, somebody else comes up and says, look, all your kids have died, and everybody there died, and I'm the only one that lived to tell. And this happened until he realized within one sitting that everything that he had was gone. And then he says, naked I came into this world, and naked I will leave. And he got down in sackcloth and ashes, but in all this, it says, the Bible says, he did not sin. He never cursed God. He never questioned God at this point. He just accepted his fate, if you will. So then God looks at the devil and goes, like I said, blameless and upright. You did your thing. Let's let him have his stuff back. And the devil goes, nope, flesh for flesh. If you curse the man's flesh, he will curse your name. Promise you that. And God's like, fine. You can hurt him, but you can't kill him. Once again, the devil had to ask permission. And God gave him permission, but not to make it bad for Job, temporarily, but actually to test him to see if he was good. I think this is important. So, all of a sudden, Job is covered, the devil does his work, and Job is covered in boils, head to toe. He breaks pottery and scrapes these boils off. He shaves his head and gets down in sackcloth and ashes. And he's there.